Yes.
Right, we're running.
Hello everyone and welcome to the Vegan Gorilla and Chums. Today we are joined with the Celtic champion, undisputed, undefeated, the Celtic warrior, Nathaniel Collins. Here's a clip.
Yeah. Scary. Sounds of the surf. I'm going away for a bit when I'm back. Nobody's saying my name on the track. When I get nervous, when I stop murking, scaring I'm 5 when I'm under attack. Should've thought twice before you open your trap. Coming to a nuclear war with the strap. You can tell me to shut up, we'll both say shut up. When I say shut up, I get a plaque. Difference might come through in all black. Things in the front row screaming out brat. Hashtag murky 2016. Oh, you thought we was gonna fall back. They think that I get paid in brand new clothes like wow.
That's you done.
Well done, Nathaniel. How you doing, mate?
All right, how's it going?
Thank you very much for coming on today.
Pleasure to be on.
I really enjoyed that clip there. It looks like you were already prepping for the coronavirus with the mask on.
Aye, seen it coming.
I've came prepared and all, mate. I've actually, see, because this is a new world now, this is how I cut about.
Aye, you need to watch.
I went for hummus today in Morrison's and I just started about that one.
Need to watch in case people come in your range, isn't it?
I had to come. I know you're a boxer and stuff, and obviously you're a professional athlete, but can you dodge a bullet?
Never tried. I feel like I could. I'm pretty invincible, you know what I mean? So
Undefeated, mate. That's a great achievement.
Aye, definitely.
And you're Celtic champion as well. Have you got the belt in your house?
I do have a belt. Actually, I think it's in that cupboard there. Do you want me to grab it? You try to get me to grab it?
No, yeah, me grab it if you want.
Try.
You're going to punt it?
Gonna have to take off my PS4 headset here. Right, bear with me.
Right, okay. Mate, if I was you, I'd be sleeping with that. I'd be using that as a pillow. You can't hear me, can you? I'm going to smash you, mate.
That was me getting my bit of Conor McGregor in there. Nice shiny belt here.
That is an absolute peach.
And for all yous listening that don't know how boxing works, is I fight at featherweight. So what they do when you win a belt is they just give you somebody else's belt in the ring. So I've actually got the light middleweight belt, which is about 20 weights above me. So
I'm in pounds. What are you in, like pounds and stone? What's that?
I'm 126 pounds, 9 stone I fight at.
Wow, mate.
Unfortunately, due to the lockdown, I'm not sitting at that now. I'm sitting a bit comfortable, you know.
A bit chunky?
A bit fluffy around the midriff.
I was going to ask you that because obviously being an athlete, you must be training 6-7 days a week, prepping for fights, constantly kind of looking ahead in the future. And then this happens and everybody just seems to be struggling, like, with health and mental health and stuff. And how are you finding it, like, being such an intense trainer, but not really having a goal to look towards?
It's funny that, like, I've always thought of myself as a mentally tough person, mentally driven. I don't really need external motivation, you know. I've got it in myself to just go out and do what I need to do, and it's brilliant when the things are up and coming. And you know, this has just flipped me on my head because, like, I'm sitting in and I'm like, oh, you know what I mean? And I think it would be hard for anybody to say they're not struggling mentally during this time because you're cooped up. Like, I feel like I wasn't born to be cooped up. I hate being inside, and then especially with the weather coming now and all that. But in the last few weeks, I've actually picked up a bit and, you know, chucked up a bit. So I've been out running, been out, built a wee, like, gym pull-up dip station out my back, and just went and got like a big tractor tyre there yesterday and stuff. So got everything sorted out with that.
Brilliant. I seen the dip kind of bench that you made in the garden. Your neighbours must be like, God, what's he up to, man?
Who's this pervy kid trying to peek through my window?
Hi, they're sitting on the couch watching Ozark and you're fucking doing chin-ups in your garden.
They just see this wee head coming up and down behind the fence, you know what I mean?
Have you been getting a lot of people getting in touch with you and be like, oh mate, look, is there anything we can do to keep ourselves fit in the house and all that? And you're like, going to fuck off.
I've had a few people actually like, can you do a live workout, or can you do this and that? I'm not really about that. Like, I just get up and work out when I feel like working out and get up and do my thing, and I've not got a set time, so I don't want to like start being like, every day I'm going to do 15 minutes on Insta Live and stuff, because it's not how I work, you know what I mean?
Like Joe Wicks?
I'm not Joe Wicks, you know what I mean? 15-minute PE sessions and stuff, so that's it. It's a different level as well. You get people who are like, oh, can you help me this, can you help me that? And you're like, I could, but you look at the people, and this isn't like an insult to anybody, but you get a lot of people asking you who are lazy bastards and they're not going to do it. And you're like, listen, I could sit and write something for you that you would do, but I know you're not going to do it. I've got my own group of friends that I've been trying to get out and stuff, and I've been going over, getting them to go runs, getting them to go cycles and that. And you've got, you know, them who, you know what I mean? I've got my own group of friends who aren't big lazy or anything, but they're just not for it, and it's just how it is at this time. So
yeah. What I've found is, like, because I'm the type of person that I feel like in the last couple of years I've found my voice with my health and my fitness. I feel really healthy. I feel good. I've lost a lot of weight, even though I'm still on that journey. And it's just like, it's something that you just need to do yourself. Nobody can drag you to do it. But I've found that, like, I very much had my own routine. I go into the gym and doing my own thing, but now I'm going out running outside, and I normally when you do that, I'm kind of making myself uncomfortable and doing things I normally wouldn't do, and it's making me feel so good. But what else I'm seeing is, like, see people that used to always go to the gym, I'm seeing them kind of struggle and stuff, so it's hitting everybody a wee bit differently.
Definitely. As in, some people have their routine where, you know, Monday I'm doing leg, Wednesday I'm doing chest, you know, Friday I'm doing arms and back, and then as soon as that routine's a bit flung out, and you can be the fittest guy in the world, but if you're not there up here and you've not got that different bit of mental energy and the mental drive to cope with that change, then it's going to fling you all off. You see these people who are body, I mean, you know, not judging anybody for anything that they do, but you'll get people who are steroid users, and now the gym's out and you can't go and lift as heavy or do as heavy as what you're going to do. That's going to affect you as well. You've got all sorts of people that deal with it differently, and then you're speaking about yourself. Like, this might be the best time ever for you to go and do it, because there's nothing holding you back. There's nothing, you know what I mean? Like, the nice weather, and if you are somebody that changes yourself and does your own thing, then you can get out there yourself, and you don't, I mean, it's difficult for me. I quite like to be about people and be buzzing about and get a wee bit of the banter in the gym, and all the boys are there, and then obviously we punch each other's heads in. It's like just different aspects of it, and you're like, how does it work for people, you know? And you can tell why people are kind of chomping at the bit for it to all end. But
so how are you feeling since this lockdown has happened? Have you stuck to a routine? Are you feeling happy? Are you feeling okay?
I'm feeling a bit better now. Like, the first week or so, I moved back into my mum and dad's, and I was just like, I'm not doing anything, can't be bothered. It took me about a week to get out of bed, and then I was like, right, nah, get your finger out, you're better than this, you know. Started getting out running, ordered a boxing bag from one of the guys who I know who owns a shop, Seconds Out in Edinburgh, so he get that to me. So I've got a big 6-foot punch bag out the back that's solid. So I'm getting work in on that every day, getting runs and that. And it's just, I kind of feel like I'm back to my old self a bit. I absolutely love David Goggins, if you know who that is.
I know who David Goggins is.
Pretty popular. I'm sure people watching will know. Most people watching will know who he is. So I've just been going around with David Goggins, different interviews and podcasts and audiobooks and stuff. And like, I ran 10 miles the other day, and it was difficult, but it's good. I've got a wee bit of, you know what I mean? It's a bit of extra motivation in that. So
It's funny you should say that, because I never thought I was a big fan of David Goggins, and then I was been listening to him recently, and he's been motivating me to run. I just thought the first time I heard him, I was like, he sounds a wee bit cruel and a wee bit too intense. But when you kind of break through that, you realise, I think he's a good guy. He's quite funny as well. He can be funny.
He's funny. He's got a different message as well. It's like, once you get past that, like, he's obviously got your stereotypical American shit, like, yeah, man, woo, 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 giving it all of that and that. And once you kind of get past that and he starts, you know, speaking a bit about his past and this and that, and you start to kind of relate to a few things. I mean, you're never going to relate to, I was in the Navy SEALs or this and that, but you find wee bits and bobs that he's talking about from his mindset and his mentality, and you're like, oh, I've felt like that before, and if he can overcome it, I can overcome it. Or if he's talking about, you know what I mean, you can get over this pain threshold and stuff. I mean, I was at mile 6 the other day and I was like, I'm phoning my mum to pick me up. And then I was listening. I was like, nah, what are you even talking about? Just finish it and that. So it gets you by, I think.
Good. It's good to hear that you're doing well, mate, and you're powering on. See, for anybody that is not too sure of your story, could you just tell them a wee bit about yourself, like how many fights you've had, and when was your last fight?
So I've had 7 fights. I've had 7 fights, undefeated in all 7. I started 2 years ago now, or not 2 years ago, just about a year and a half ago, October 2018. And that was off the back of, I was at the Commonwealth Games in Australia in 2018 at the Gold Coast. So after that finished, lost out on a medal to the guy who won gold. And then I thought, you know, it's time to go pro. Me and my coach discussed it. Shout out to Johan Senior, who's brought me through all these years, by the way. And then we decided to, you know, have a go at the pros. And just since then, I've been just developing and getting better and better. And like I say, my mindset's changed completely since I swapped from the amateurs to the pros. It's 3-minute rounds in the amateurs, and you need to be high paced and always continuously go, and you don't get a minute to think about what you're doing. But now it's like still 3-minute rounds, but you're going 6, 8, 10, 12. So my title fight was a 10-rounder, and it only went 5, but I was that bit extra prepared, and you can kind of relax and slow down and do what you actually want to do, rather than we just have to throw hundreds of punches like the amateurs. So it's a big difference. So I won the Celtic title October, exactly a year after I turned professionals, in 6 fights. So what that does is that puts you top 10 in your weight in Britain. And then, like, I'm not going to lie, after that fight, I thought I was going to take off and stuff, and there was a big momentum build, and I was feeling the best I'd ever felt. Had another wee went out to Qatar in November to see my uncle, do a bit of training out there with the Qatari military and stuff, which was absolutely phenomenal experience. And then when I came back, had a fight in January, just like a wee warm-up fight, and then all the big stuff was meant to come, you know, about this time. I was meant to be fighting last month, I think, and then what day is it today? 24th. So tomorrow, me and all the boys were meant to be flying out to Los Angeles for a wee training camp. So that's a bit of kick in the stones. So
yeah, I can imagine that's really, really frustrating, but oddly, I wouldn't say comforting, but knowing that everyone's in the same boat, it just must get better eventually.
Yeah, you can't complain. You know what I mean? That it's not as if you have taken my LA away from me. Everybody's in the same position. You can't grumble, you know. So it's just one of the things. You just roll with the punches, take it on the chin, and you know what I mean. We'll get out back later in the year or next year and see what happens. But it's quite funny actually. I put a wee photo on for the last time we were in LA, and we were at the Compton, down in Compton, and some of the boys would go away. And so we've been I've been 2 years running, and I've always been like, let's go to Compton. And I like my hip hop and stuff. And one of the boys who normally drives the car, Stuart, he's like, nah, I'm not driving to Compton. So the first year we never got to go. The second year I managed to convince them. So we drove down to Compton. Stuart's locked all his stuff in the glove box, and he's like, I'm not getting out of the car. So I was like, right, whatever, let's get to a Compton sign. So we went to the start of Compton, and I just jumped out, me and Joe Senior, and he was like, right, I'll get a photo with you in the Compton sign. So I was like, I done the blood gang sign just for a laugh and stuff, but I posted the photo yesterday on Instagram, and I've got all these Americans commenting now on it and messaging me like, yo bro, you'll get whacked if you do all that and stuff. And I was like, honestly, I woke up at about 2 a.m. with all these messages for Americans saying you'll get shot and all that.
You're gonna get shot. Well, I'll need to go on and check that out. See, when you were training with Stephen, weren't you? Stephen's my cousin as well, for anybody.
Yeah, I was training with Stephen.
But he trains he actually trains the army.
So he was with the British Army and trained the army. So for all these days, so he's always been top notch fit and stuff. And when he came out, obviously he went over to Qatar, and he wasn't training. He was building facilities for them. He was making basically multi-million-pound facilities for them, and they've got stupid money, the Arabs. So they were like, oh, what? We'll stick a climbing wall right in the middle of it. I'll stick a hydro pool in it. We'll stick, you know what I mean? Like, the stuff you see is phenomenal. Like, you've got the big general who's on 700 grand a month or something, like just cutting about. And obviously, because he's really sports orientated, he was always shouting me because I just ran around the camp. And he was always shouting me in for his office when I ran by, and it's like, oh, get him a tea. And they've got pure, it's mad. They've slaves and stuff, or servants who bring all the tea and the coffee and all that.
You've got slaves, did you say? Wow. You're not supposed to be buzzing about that.
No, but it was just crazy. Like, you were going in, and all these guys were bringing you tea and wiping your ass and all that. And it's good.
That does sound like an unbelievable experience, mate. That your fitness must have been incredible at that time.
Yeah, it was good. Well, my do you know Michael Collins?
Yep, that's like my third cousin or something.
It's like Stephen's cousin. Well,
aye.
The week we got there, and I was right hyped up on the David Goggins stuff and that, and he tried to sign us up for an ultra marathon across the desert. It was like 80 miles or something, and you only had however many hours, 12 hours to do it, 80 miles in 12 hours or something. So, and it was like a team thing, so there's 4 of you. So it was meant to be me, him and Steph and another guy. And then it was actually Steph that pulled out because both his knees were a bit gubbed. And then I was meant to be fighting in January, so he was like I'd really advise you against it. And I was like, oh no, David Goggins and all that. So I was quite fit. I was looking forward to it as well, but it was good. They're really sports orientated out there. So.
What the fuck happened to my jeans? How come yous are all in the army and you're professional boxers and I'm a fucking fat goblin that's doing panty?
You and my mum must share the same jeans then.
So
you and my mum and Uncle Matty.
Aye. Cheers, by the way. That's really hurt my feelings. So see, when you come back for your next fight, do you have another fight in place?
No, so what's happened is the Boxing Board of Control that runs all the fights for the UK have put out their review, so everything's closed down till the end of June or May even. Wait, what is this? What are we in? January, February, March, April, May, June. June, sorry it is. So everything's shut down, so nobody knows what's happening. It's kind of just first come, first serve. Whoever's fitter at the end of it's getting the fight, so.
That's crazy, mate.
It's a bit of incentive to stay on, but it's difficult. You get loads of boys now that have been boxing, they've had a few big fights or stuff's been lined up and they're not working and stuff, and then that's your livelihood gone, what do you do now? You're not going to get furlough or anything for no boxing, or you know what I mean? So
I never knew that. Is that the case?
That's the case. So hope, fingers crossed for other people who, like I was working, I just started working with a joinery company and stuff, so thankfully they kept me on through all this, but there's plenty of boxers out there who haven't been working or have never worked and relies totally on sponsors, and then you know what I mean, the sponsors will be stopping their sponsorships because their business is at risk, so
yeah. So maybe someone that doesn't really know much about your industry would think boxers will have good money, they'll be doing well, but they don't realise that it's probably not the case.
It's not the case until you've made it to a high household level name. You're going to be fighting for pennies, and you're not.
Mhm.
Most people don't fight because of the money. They feel it's like myself. I want to get to that stage where I'm making hundreds of thousands or millions, and that's what you're working towards. But at this stage of the game, you're just fighting for the love of boxing and the desire to be a champion and the desire to be a household name and stuff. And when that comes, that's when the money comes. But until then, you're on pennies. I mean, I get paid more a month from labouring as a joiner than I do for getting a fight. You know what I mean?
Aye, for
So
being a champion.
You know what I mean? And exactly, I'm a champion, and it's crazy. It's crazy how it works, and it's mental. And you can't go into the ins and outs of it, because then you start telling people what you're making and who's taking what and this and that. But it's crazy. It's the only sport in the world that you're in there and you're getting your head punched in, or you're putting your health at risk for really no reward unless you're at a high level. It's crazy.
Yeah, sometimes it's costing you money. It kind of reminds me a lot about my industry as well. Like if you're doing a run at the Edinburgh Fringe Festival, say at the start they're like, right, the venue will take this cut, then you need to pay for flyers, posters, you need to pay this, that, and then you're like, this is actually costing me money. I need to pay to do this. And then you're like, I'm not getting any money for 4 or 5 weeks. You get hit with a bill at the end of it. How does that work out?
Crazy. When you're fighting and stuff, like, I very rarely bring like a massive crowd. You know, for my title fight, I brought a big crowd. For a few fights, I've brought big crowds, and that's amazing in that. But you get the fights in between where maybe people are skidding, or it's the middle of the month, or whatever everybody's reason is, you know, and you can't force people and say you need to come see me fight every time or anything, because you have to just appreciate when people come to see you once. But it's they fights that when people aren't coming and stuff, you're not getting paid, you're not making any money. There's an opponent there to pay and stuff, you know, so it's like you just have to deal with it, unfortunately. And then, you know what I mean, I've got the belief that I'm going to go on and be bigger and be that household name, so you just have to deal with this shit now and get out and just take it one day at a time. And then
it's a good mentality to have, mate. I think that's important for people to just live their life like that, especially in times like this.
Aye, absolutely.
I think you should just go back to the ring and be fat as fuck.
Defo.
Like, get in the
middleweight bit.
Like, see if I was a professional boxer and I was fighting you, and you came out from behind that curtain and you had a full blown belly, I'd be like, what's wrong with him? Is he fucked? Like, is he a psychopath? And then before you even in the ring, I'm fucked. I'm bet. It's like Tyson getting in the head of cunts. Like, I don't want to fuck with somebody, a boxer that's got a belly, mate.
I think you've got it all wrong, because if I see you across the ring for me with a belly, you're getting smashed, fat boy. No.
Why don't you do the backyard bare knuckle fighting? You could do that, like Kimbo Slice.
Aye, Kimbo Slice. That's so funny that you say that. See my best pal, he stays up in Royston, and he stays on Royston Hill in the flats, and he's got like just the slabs out the back with washing lines and stuff. And last year we used to just batter lumps out each other out the back, and then he was like, I'm just going to charge people a $5 to come up and have a spar with you with these wee gloves on and stuff, and we were going to start a wee backyard boxing tournament going on with everybody up Royston, so that was funny.
God, imagine that. End up getting the jail.
I know.
But have you seen that clip? I don't even know if it's on YouTube, if we could show it. I think it was getting sent about, I think it was getting passed about WhatsApp. Start of the lockdown, somebody's in the living room and they look at the garden and it's like those clothes pegs and a guy's attached a bag to it and he's just like that. He's shadowboxing the bag.
Oh, that was hilarious, honestly. I get sent that about 40 times saying what you're doing in my back garden.
I don't even know if that's on YouTube, man. We'll try and look for it. But
yeah, he had some quality technique, that guy.
Did you look at him and think, he's got something there, or he's just a psychopath.
He could have been a contender.
So you're only a couple of weeks away from that, mate.
Aye. That's it. You end up going insane. I'll get Tesco bags hanging all out my back on the washing line.
Fuck, imagine that, mate. So that must be quite strange then, since you've been, because you've been training since you've been, 10 or something? Since you've been 10, and this must be the first time, apart from maybe when you took a break, this is the first time that you've no had a fight coming up.
Aye, in absolute ages. And I mean, like, see, in the amateurs and stuff, I was fighting every week, and it was, I think I fought, like, the year I won the Scottish Championships, I fought like 24 times in the year, like.
Wow.
I fought the title, and then we went off to Serbia, and I fought 5 days in a row in Serbia, and then we went off to Ukraine and stuff, and I was fighting constantly, and you were so busy.
Mm-hmm.
And my first year as a pro, I had 5 fights, which is quite a lot, like keeping quite busy and stuff. And then that's it. You're here, just like, oh, I've not got a fight coming, nothing to stop eating the donuts and that. So you're like, it's mental. You don't know what to. I don't know what to do myself, really. I'm just. It's like Groundhog Day. You're just waking up, and then you're going to run for the sake of it, just to keep in shape, and then do a wee bit of training, and then play the PlayStation, and like, what's going on?
Aye, I tell you what I started doing, because see, as soon as this happened, I knew that I'm the type of guy, like, you could see me and I look fit, and then you'll see me 6 months later and I'm 29 stone. I've had people say to me that they think my thyroids are fucked. And I've not got the heart to say, I'm a fat bastard, you know what I mean? So I'm like, I maybe have got bad thyroid. But I started doing because I did say to myself, I refuse to go down that negative road of putting on weight and being one of the guys. And I started intermittent fasting. I've been doing it for about 15 days. And I've not weighed myself because I don't step on scales anymore. That's a negative experience for me. But I feel fantastic. My skin feels good. I'm fitting into old clays. So a lot of people think that they're trapped in the house, but there's a lot of things you can do that's for free. Intermittent fasting's for free. Like, see, cold showers and stuff. Just do all that in the house. You don't really, need to be too negative when you've got all that at your fingertips. Absolutely.
And it's like, now's the time to increase your knowledge and better your knowledge on what is out there, because the internet's at your fingertips, and for the most part, all the information is out there, and it really is just a click away. So what, talking about intermittent fasting and stuff, and you can go on, and it's not just like nobody's talking about it. I watched a video of intermittent fasting. I think it was The Rock or Mark Wahlberg, and I can't remember who was doing it, and it was, you've got celebrities doing it, you've got celebrities putting this and that, and all the knowledge is at your fingertips, whatever you want to know, you know what I mean? If you want to go out the back and do a workout, you don't need to rely on somebody to tell you what you need to do. If you type in, I want to get fit today, or type in easy home workout or whatever, there's millions of them. It's no hard to, you don't need to take it as like, oh, I can't go to the gym, I can't go to my PT, what am I going to do?
Yeah. Because it can be quite frustrating. Like, I used to go running with a guy, and he's like, can you still have kebabs and all that? And I'm like, what do you think, mate? Do you know what I mean? You need some fucking common sense. Apply it to a healthier life and all, and just, like, obviously you can't eat kebabs. Like, can I smoke smack? That's what I hear when you say that.
Yeah, some people are nuts.
So have you been doing like big cheat meals like The Rock, like 45 donuts and stuff?
Aye, right, I wish, man. I wish. I don't even know the last bit of shit I ate. Like, I do like a wee bit of chocolate. I'm a proper chocolate head, you know what I mean? So every other couple of days and that, I'll get a good bit of chocolate down me, or I like the CDV drumstick squishies. Oh, they blow my mind, honestly. I'll just sit up in my room with some snacks. Grapes, you know what I mean? Like, it's mad. You don't need to binge out on sweets and stuff. Like, I think grapes are amazing. It's natural sugars, and you get strawberries and you get your stuff like that. So fruit is so underrated, and people are just like, I can't be arsed buying this, can't be arsed buying that, I'll just get a packet. My Uncle Matty's the worst for it, man. He'll buy like a 4-pack of Snickers and eat them in a night and stuff, and then the next day's it's the same thing, and you're like, you'd feel much better if you just got a smoothie or a punnet of grapes or anything when it's so.
Aye.
I've not been cheating, been on good healthy meals. You know what I mean?
Aye. I know a lot of people need to press the fuck it button. Do you know what I mean?
I think the good thing now is see the shops being shut down, or not shut down, but see all this, you have to queue outside the shops and shit. And I can't be fucked with that. I get to the shop and I see 3 people outside and I'm like, nah, maybe tomorrow. I think if that wasn't the case, or see if McDonald's wasn't shut down and stuff, maybe I would be bored and go for drive-thrus and all that. But
aye, I can't believe McDonald's are shut, mate. I've not had a McDonald's in over a year, but I just can't believe it.
ah, man, gutted. I'll pure love a McDonald's breakfast as well. One of my mates sent me on Snapchat like a homemade McDonald's breakfast, and I was right down the next day to Morrison's, sausage patties, muffins, you know what I mean, making double sausage and egg McMuffins for about 3 days straight. I was loving it.
You used to work in McDonald's, didn't you?
I did. I quite enjoyed McDonald's. It's good, it's fast paced, but it's quite enjoyable working there, but it's just obviously the money's terrible, so
yeah,
that isn't worth it in that aspect. And then the problem with me when I was working at McDonald's was you get like a free meal a day. So I was eating at McDonald's every other day I was working, and then I was trying to keep fit and keep my weight down, and I was just like, what's happening here? How's this double quarter pounder affecting me that bad?
I'd get the sack if I worked at McDonald's, man. I'd be fucking pocket munching things.
Chicken nuggets in your top pocket, mate.
I'd be that high.
Like, well, they sew your pockets shut in your uniform, so you can't like take things or take. You know what I mean? It's meant.
Wow. Do you know how you sometimes get those people that put on that much weight? I'm not slagging people like that because I was like that, but they can't wear trousers and they need to wear joggies.
Aye.
That'd be me working at McDonald's, mate. I couldn't wear trousers. I'd be wearing massive grey joggies, baggy joggies, like MC Hammer.
Aye. Pockets filled to the brim with chicken sandwiches. Double cheeseburger. It's all gone now. How is the vegan stuff going? You still managing to keep it up during this? Because is it harder to get a hold of stuff, or what's the script?
No, it's not really harder. I mean, there's a place in the town called Quality Vitamins and Herbs, and I bulk buy some stuff. I've just got a bag there beside it. There's like vegan meatballs with black beans, a lot of nutrition in it. I've got, what else have I got here? Tempeh slices. Fermented food is so good for you. So I eat, I think, a lot of beans and rice and things like that, and just bulk buy. And going vegan's made me realise that you do need to be more careful with your food and portions. Like before, I would just eat a full tin, but I realise that you can get 2 meals for a tin now. So
yeah, that
can last me longer. That can last me 2 weeks instead of a week.
Aye, a week, definitely.
But after a while, you just don't think about it anymore. But I'm the type, like, I've got a couple of rules. I completely avoid junk food. I don't do cheat meals at all, ever. But see, if I'm having a cup of tea and I want a biscuit, I'll have a biscuit. But I'll try my hardest not to have one. But I won't deprive myself of it.
Aye.
Even like, at the start of this lockdown, when overnight I lost everything, like self-employed, I lost everything, all my money, and I just done that, fuck it, I want a cheese pizza, and had a cheese pizza. It's not the end of the world, but 99% of the time I'm vegan. I feel better for it. It's given me a structure, no to binge, because I'm just a mad binge eater, comfort eater, and it's removed all that kind of stuff. Sometimes I have had maybe a wee chip or something, but see, because I don't eat that anymore, it makes me feel awful. I see what it does to my mind and my body, and I'm like, I just don't want any part to do that today with that. Do you know?
Absolutely. And I think like food's so misunderstood in the terms of like people think that you can go out and train twice a day, 7 days a week. But see, if you're not eating right, you do not feel right at all. And it's like, take it for somebody who knows, like I can go for a 6 or an 8 week training camp, be the best I've ever felt. See, after that fight's over and you've got this big scran for McDonald's and you're there and see the next day or the next week, you don't feel, not just physically, but mentally, you're depressed, you feel terrible, you feel like, it's horrible. There's no reason to feel like that. And it's like some people wonder, like, oh, I'm eating shite every day. Why do I feel so bad? And it's like what you are eating, that's the truest statement
It's
ever.
so true, and I'm not preaching, because see if it was back in the day, see if you told me to, see if you said that to me back in the day, I'd be like that in my head, full of shite. No way. Like, I remember listening to, it was Stone Cold Steve Austin on a podcast, and he was saying, you cannot out-train a bad diet. And in my head, I was like, I can. I've never been physically fit in my life. I've never been close to being an athlete, and I still thought I can out-train a bad diet. That's what triggered my health kick, because I was going to the gym every single day for about 4 months. I was burning 1,000 calories on the cardio machines. Sometimes I was going on the treadmill at nearly 19 stone and thinking, I'm not leaving this treadmill until I've done 1,000 calories. Now, see, when you're fat as fuck, you can be on a treadmill for maybe 2 hours or something. And then that was justifying me going up the road and eating kebabs, pizzas, chips. And then I weighed myself, and the guy in the gym was like, you've only lost 3 pounds in like 4 months or something. And see that horrible sinking heart feeling that I had, that I just realised that I've been lying to myself for so long. I probably have some form of addiction to this type of food. It's making me depressed. And the guy said, your gym's in your kitchen. If you don't eat healthy, there's no point in you coming here. And I completely changed my diet, and I think it's removed a depression from my life and like an obsession of just like constantly weighing myself and how I look and all that, because who gives a fuck? I just want to be healthy and happy. But you are what you eat is so true, mate. It's so true.
Even just being in the kitchen and stuff, so, you know, like, it's a bit of a healer and stuff, because you could be having a terrible day, or you could be doing this and that, and then sometimes I'll go home and I'll finish work and I'll be like, oh, blah, 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 I could order this and that. And then see, once you've been in the kitchen and you start preparing something, or you Google a recipe and it comes out nice, and you've prepared that, you've done that, that's a great feeling as well. It brings you up and you're like, oh, I've made that, it tastes great, and it's like healthy. And so the preparation of the food and stuff and all that, and you appreciate there's people who maybe don't have the time or don't have the bit of desire to go, all right, I've just had a long day at work, can't be arsed cooking, and that's fair enough as well. But it's,
well, that's why I wanted to get you on, because I think there's a lot of people in like working class young guys that think, I'm stressed, I'm depressed. What's happening here? Can you hear the background noise of a hammer?
I was like, what are you doing under the table with that pedo tash there?
My pedo tash. My neighbour's putting a shed up.
No, definitely. You know what? That's something I do feel quite strongly about, and I think it's something that a lot of people, especially my age and stuff, aren't too clued up about. And it's like, when I was with my ex here and we were staying together and I first moved in and stuff, and she had ready meals, pot noodles, microwave meals every night. She's never cooked, ever, never cooked anything, like, until I showed up. And then I would start cooking every night, and I never expected her to do anything, and she'd give it a try and stuff, and oh, that's really nice, I've never had anything like that before. Oh, that's really nice, never had. And then I started, and then, by the end of it, she was cooking all the time and loving it as well. And it's like, people my age and stuff don't know.
Mm-hmm.
They don't know how to cook. They don't know how easy it is, because I'm not a cook, I'm not a chef. I've not been cooking all my life or anything. It's just a trial and error thing. You can Google a recipe. You can go on BBC Good Food and say, you know what I mean, like, meal under 800 calories, and 1,000 recipes will pop up. And then you see the ingredients, you buy the ingredients, and you just follow the instructions, and it's as easy as that. People think I'll shove a microwave meal in or a oven meal in the oven for 30 minutes. It takes you 15 minutes to make a good healthy meal, and you'll enjoy it more. I guarantee it. I can guarantee it.
Even daft things like drink 2 litres of water a day, 7 days a week. Just do that. Add that to your life before you remove anything. And then after a week, don't eat junk food. And then it will change your life. It will completely transform your life.
That's it. It's flushing you out. It's flushing everything, all the bad stuff, all the toxins and stuff. You know what I mean? you get these people doing this daft shit, Herbalife and fucking shakes and all that, and you're like, what are you doing? What, you're putting stuff that doesn't need to be in your body in.
Which I done.
Take a multivitamin, just drink water, take a multivitamin, you know what I mean? Like, get in what you need. Everything you need comes naturally. You don't need to do crazy shit.
I fell for all that. I fell for the magic pills and I'll have a 6-pack in 4 weeks. I fell for everything. I've done every diet. I've took every diet pill. And, you know, sadly, you just need to, it's like when you tell a Wayne not to touch a fire and they touch a fire, do you know what I mean? They just need to learn.
Aye.
And that was like me with my diet.
It's crazy, and all that nonsense, like people selling it and this and that. And I get tagged in loads of them off of the Herbalife people, and I have to mail them, like, don't use my name up against this because it's a load of shite. You know what I mean? My mum's been on it, and you're like, she's no eating for the moment she wakes up till 7 o'clock at night, but she's had 2 shakes. Obviously you're going to lose weight. You're starving. You're starving yourself. You know what I mean? It's like, it's not a miraculous weight loss thing. You're starving.
And it's pure powdered chemical pish. Do you know what I mean? There's nothing real about it.
It's mental. It's crazy how people can still fall for it or still buy it. I just don't understand it at all. Like, nothing beats just a good diet. You know what I mean? Keeping account of your calories. Just get yourself in a calorie deficit or reduce your portions. And you don't need... Eating's just a habit as well. Like, I'm the worst for it as well. I've always been really bad for it. Like, I'm bored out my tits, I'll go to the kitchen and just get a snack. Or I'll go to the shop and get a chocolate bar, and you're just eating for the sake of eating because you're bored. It's like, once you cut that out, you don't really need to eat. You're not hungry. Like, you're not going to die. There's kids in Africa who get 1 bowl of rice a day that aren't complaining and starving. You're not going to die if you miss your lunch or something, you know what I mean? So I think loads of people have it in their head that I need to have this breakfast, lunch, dinner kind of mentality. They're also picking it in between.
I'm just going to shut this window, mate. Sorry for cutting in there. That's what I've been doing with the fasting. I'm going to call that cunt, man. Honestly. You won't get this in the BBC, me hanging out a window like, oi! Doing a fucking podcast.
Wrap it!
Hi, I'm in the night shift.
Speaking about the BBC and stuff, remember we went down to we done the interview down at the Daily Record and stuff?
Yeah.
Did you see my Instagram story yesterday or anything?
No, were you putting the photos up here?
No, honestly, it was hilarious. So my pal called me up and he FaceTimed us and he was like, know how you're looking for one of the big tractor tyres and that for your garden? I was just looking for that to kind of flip and stuff. He's like, somebody's just abandoned one here in the outside the Daily Record building. He was down at the Cash and Carry or whatever. So I was like, all right.
Fucking hell.
Well, I fit it in my boot. He's like, no chance. My dad was like, Mum, we'll just go and strap it to the roof and bring it up. So got it outside the Daily Record building. About 40, 50 people all queued outside the Cash and Carry and all the people who must run shops and restaurants and all that. And me and my dad are trying to lift this big, massive tyre onto the roof, man. Everybody must have been like, what are these crackpots doing? It's funny.
I wonder why they ditched it. I wonder who ditched it to have a tyre that size.
It's mental because I googled it and it's like, to buy the tyres, even like used, they're £300 or something. Because I'd been looking for one just for tyre flipping and hitting and just to get the fitness in and just a bit something old school and different. And it was like £300, like damaged and stuff. So the new ones were like £800, and then somebody just packed that one off at the side. So I don't know what. It was solid. Fuck knows how they even got it.
When you're bored, you can put that on Amazon UK.
Defo, 300 bangers in the back pocket.
Do you want to buy a tractor?
They have to pick it up, man. They have to pick it up, man. I'm never lifting that again.
So it sounds like you're living a productive life, a happy life, keeping your chin up and getting on with it. What's your Twitter handle?
What is my Twitter handle? That's the only thing I don't even use.
Oh, really? Well, what's your Instagram then?
My Instagram's just Nathaniel Collins, and my Twitter handle's at NateCollins60.
Good man.
But Twitter doesn't let me tweet. I don't know how to. I honestly don't know how to work it, man. I can retweet things, and then I go to tweet and it just goes saved in drafts. Never worked.
Fuck's sake. What age are you, man?
23 going on 63.
Andrew, can I just check how long have we done?
I think it's about just under 40 minutes, maybe.
I've done about 40 minutes. Well, is there anything else you'd like to say, Nathaniel?
I would just like to probably thank, if anybody's even watching to the end, I was going to do it at the start because everybody normally just dips out by now. I'm going to thank my sponsors, if that's okay.
Yes.
I've got a company called Prepco who are out in Ayrshire who sort me out with all my meals for when I'm fighting. So that's just a prep company, and it's if you're on the go and you can't cook your meals, which is I'm working and then I'm shooting right out to boxing and stuff. So they sort me out with my meals. Pro Life Fitness Centre in Paisley is a gym that does my strength and conditioning. Who else have I got? I've got Simpsons Builders who sort me out with a bit of money. I've got a new t-shirt company, clothing range called My Crew Industries, who are pretty minted, so everyone check them out on Facebook and Insta and stuff. I'd like to give a thank you to my coach Joe Ham, who's been there with me through everything, sorted me and brought me on to be this a really talented boxer, you know.
Good man.
And a thanks to mum and dad, obviously, just sorting me out.
Aye, alright, it's not a fucking Oscar chicken. I'm only fucking Bobby from Scotland. You're thanking your mum and dad on that.
Thanks to Dad and Connell for getting me on.
And they see that clip I sent you, they says it was a motivational one. Could you play that? If you can't play it, it's cool.
What one was that?
Remember I sent you a wee clip on WhatsApp and I said it's a motivational video?
I'll see if I can pull it up.
I'm just going to, if it can come up, I want to show you this motivational video I played earlier on, Nathaniel, and you can give me your opinion on it. If you can't get it up, Andrew, it's all right.
Is it getting you in the zone?
Just give me a second, I'll try it.
That's no worries. I used that Prepco, Nathaniel, before I was vegan.
Did you? Did you enjoy it?
Aye, it was all right. I mean, the portion sizes were a little bit questionable, but then I'm a fucking fat tub of shit.
They've got a different few ones. Like, I obviously choose the smaller meals just because portion control and stuff, and you have a couple a day. So, but out with that, they've got some bigger portion boxes and stuff as well. So,
aye.
But they're doing good. Actually, another one, they don't sponsor me and stuff, but I'd just like to shout out one of my good friends who he used to box with us, but he failed his medical just recently, so he chucked the boxing. But he's running a prep company called Knockout Meals, and you might have heard of them, but they're out in Edinburgh now, and with all this going on, they're dishing out free meals to the NHS workers and the elderly and stuff, and food packages, and doing good stuff for the community. So big shout out to them as well.
Amazing. Hopefully people can check them out. I mentioned the Samaritans as well, and obviously I put the details of the Samaritans in this podcast, and people can phone them if they're feeling stressed.
Yeah, it's actually, it's bringing a lot of the community together, and there is a lot of people that are pitching in and doing their bit, and for as much negative mental health stuff that's going on, there's a lot of people that are helping and doing their bit, so you have to give kudos to that, you know.
Aye, definitely.
Dan, is it the first clip or the second clip? There's one with music in it and one without.
The one with music.
Right, I've got it.
Hey, what do you think of this, Nathaniel? Your honest opinion? It's motivational.
I hope it's not too motivational, or I'm going to have to bust a workout out. It's a solid start anyway. That looked like a pure Crime Stoppers advert there. I never even the video never even played. Have you seen this man?
That's the kind of. No, I'm not even going to finish that before it fucking ends my career. Do you know what? It's not even
has broken like the first morning. Blackbird has spoken.
Short and sweet, mate. What did you think of it?
Honestly, I feel like right now I need to just go out and blast out some miles because that was next level.
I'm glad I can do that to people. I'm glad I have that impact.
I'm just wondering if anybody's going to believe that we're cousins on the when this
I know,
goes up.
I feel like a dickhead for showing it to me because we're talking about like helping the homeless and mental health and stuff, and then I'm like, here's a Cat Stevens.
Money NHS.
Anyway, mate, I think we're going to wrap it up at that. You're going out for a workout tonight, aren't you?
I've got a 30-mile cycle going down, cycling to Kilsyth back.
Wow.
I've already done 30 miles running this week so far, so I had another 30 into the tank.
Who are you doing it with tonight, Elf, or somebody else?
My cousin cycled over from Kilsyth, so I'm going to cycle back with him and then cycle back, obviously, to my bit myself. All alone in the moonlight.
Well, your cousin? Is it any relation to me? My fucking sibling's cousin or something?
Do you know the Hardys?
I don't think so.
Nah, it's my mum's. You know that way that somebody's your cousin, but no, actually your cousin.
Aye.
It's my mum's best pal, Barbara, when they were 6 months old and all that. So you just call them your cousin, but no, actually.
You're my cousin, mate. Well, buddy, I hope you enjoy your workout. Keep your chin up, and you know I'm always here for a chat if you ever want to return or come back on the podcast. But I wish you all the best in your career and your life, and all the best, mate.
Merci, likewise. I hope you obviously keep at it and keep the chin up and keep the head up throughout all this, and everybody else listening, obviously just stay safe and stay active, because the more active you are, the less you'll feel bad.
Good man, thank you.
Right, catch you later. Thanks for having us on.